Okay, so I am in Sicily right now, getting ready for the Defend Europe mission with Martin Sellner, who has been working on this for a long while. Now, Martin, before we jump into this, I'm sure a few of you have seen my video I did a couple of weeks ago updating, but what is Defend Europe for those who don't know?
Defend Europe is a project of Generation Identity, a European youth movement, and it's our response to our government's failing to deal with the migrant crisis in the Mediterranean. We see what's happening there, we see how the NGOs are luring migrants to the sea, how they're ferrying them to Europe, and how they're in fact making the situation worse and worse. And everybody in Europe wants them to stop. Everybody's just talking about how to stop it and how to end the situation. We actually are doing something. We'll go there with a big ship and we want to expose what they're doing and we want to show what's really happening there.
Now, what updates can you give people on this? Like, what news since the last time we talked has come up?
Well, last time we talked, we were in Vienna, now here in Catania, and the crew is gathering. Our international crew from all parts of Europe is gathering here, and we are waiting for the Sea Star to arrive and preparing everything for the mission, like drills and so on for the crew, that everything works nicely on board. But I have to say that we are facing a huge backlash, not only of the media, but at the moment, basically the government of Spain is investigating us for piracy. So we are pirates now.
Yar, yar.
yeah. And even without stepping one foot on the deck of the Sea Star, we have already created a huge media fuss and apparently a lot of very powerful people and a powerful lobby that has as people even in governments want to prevent us from going there. While they're doing nothing against those NGOs, they don't want one patriotic vessel there to actually see what's going on. And I'm asking myself, why and who doesn't want us to go there?
It's crazy because these NGOs are actually doing illegal acts of transporting people illegally into these countries that are mostly economic migrants, and yet you guys want to go on a mission that is just a fact-finding mission as well as making the seas safer.
Exactly.
And you have international backlash, being investigated for being pirates, and as we kind of do more investigation into this, and I've been sitting in on your meetings, we're realizing it's even more dangerous than we thought before, just because of all of the people against you right now.
Absolutely, because the media are creating these lies that we are going there with gunships, to sink all the and ram all the refugee ships and attack the NGO ships. There is like also a huge wave of hatred against us. And we have seen that the situation there is, of course, very risky. We're taking all the precautions necessary, but there are still risks to take. But we think they're worth taking because we cannot let the whole mess go on and let it stay like it is. So we try to be ultra safe, but still there will be risks we will be running, and we are ready to take them.
And you've let the crew know what those risks are. And I think this is a time I should announce to people. Unfortunately, I will not be on the boat for this first part of the mission. I would rather the Defend Europe team have a man, first of all, and someone who actually has security experience in case you do face conflict, instead of just a skinny female YouTuber that is on there just to show what you're doing. No, but
I think
seriously,
you're much fierce than many many of the activists I know. But you're right, of course, it's a dangerous mission. But I think if when all of these NGOs are brave enough to go there to basically flood Europe with illegal immigration and act as a ferrying service for human traffickers, it would be a shame if there wouldn't be like 12 patriots, at least 12 patriots from 1 million Europeans who are ready to also take a risk and to go there.
Absolutely. And what would this mission look like if it succeeds for you? What is a success for this mission?
I want to go there and I want to expose what the human traffickers are doing. That's the most important thing. We want to crash the narrative because every image and every video we see, it basically is cherry picked by them to feed and to nurture the narrative. And when we are there and when we show what they're actually doing, making pictures where we see the coast guard of Libya behind, we can show it's not about saving people, it's about trafficking into Europe. We also want to sink the abandoned vessels of the human traffickers in order to prevent them from getting them back in the night, so we can drain their financial resources. That's in fact the main part we want to do. And of course, I have to repeat it again and again against the lies of the media. When there is an SOS signal, we of course go there and save the people just as law prescribes. We just don't want to bring them to Europe, as the NGOs are doing.
Now, when does the boat actually arrive here in Catania, if you can say anything about that?
Yeah, in fact, the boat is now still in the Suez Canal, if you can see in the AS system. But we are waiting to arrive during this week or during the next days in maritime business, and especially when you have all the NGOs and the governments against you, nothing is sure. And every day we are learning new things. But I'm sure that we get the Sea Star here, and as soon as we get on board, we'll make pictures, tweets about everything. So if you follow us on defendeurope.net or on Twitter and Facebook, we'll be updated about everything about this mission. That is probably, and I think, one of the biggest things ever done by Patriots during the last decade.
Absolutely, and it's really insane because these are a bunch of people that are quite young. I think most of the crew, maybe I'm not wrong, most of the crew is under 30.
Yeah.
That's insane.
All of them basically are going on board, yeah.
And you guys are competing against crazy left-wing activists that basically want to get you guys killed.
In fact, as actually those leftists, they're writing one tweet: "We want to kill migrants," which is a lie, of course. And the next tweet they say, "I hope they drown. I hope they're being killed by pirates, kidnapped by human traffickers." The amount of hate by those people who say love, not hate, is amazing.
Yeah. But you're not just against these crazy left-wing activists. You're against international governments who are kind of in on this whole cabal to bring in migrants. You're against illegal traffickers. You're against all these giant NGOs, and you're just a bunch of young people under 30 that are afraid for your culture and your country. That is a big burden on your shoulders. How does it make you feel? I know that's a hard question.
At the moment, it's really also a feeling of responsibility, because if you're considering also the hope that people have when they look at our project, this 120, I think $1,000 at the moment that people have donated, I really want to live up to that. And of course, we want to follow all the laws, but we really want to make a change there. We want to go there. And at the moment, it's also like a prestige project, because so many people, as you said, organizations, so many millions and newspapers have rallied up against us. And then we have just us here, the 10 young people sitting in our headquarters somewhere in Catania on our computers with our cameras, with our flags. It's really a David against Goliath scenario. And if you really can get the Sea Star on the sea in front of the Libyan coast, it's already a victory in itself. But of course, as I said, it's not enough for us. We really want to make a change, and we want to crush the narrative of these NGOs. And as I said, somebody doesn't want us to go there, and we want to find out who and why.
Mm-hmm. Now, what would be your biggest message for the people back home? What do you want them to know about this mission when people approach them and say, defend Europe? How should they answer when people are skeptical about what you're doing?
It's a good question, because actually Defend Europe is a call to action, and of course the places on the Sea Star are a bit limited. So for people who are staying at home, first of all, you have to support local patriotic activities. You have to stop to just watch YouTube videos, share them and like them. By sharing and liking YouTube videos, we will not save Europe, we will not save our civilization and identity. You have to get active, you have to get on the street, you have to get involved. And tomorrow we'll publish another video of the Defend Europe action, maybe today, depends on when you upload it, where we can show you also how you can get active and engaged in the Defend Europe mission to help us from your PCs and from your countries to make this a success.
Absolutely. And I know there's this limited boat space. I would really love to be on there, guys, giving you updates from the boat, even though I don't know if you'll have the best internet. But with the limited space, of course, I honestly, I know you'll say differently, but I honestly believe I would be a detriment compared to someone who has experience doing defense. And I don't want to be responsible for getting kidnapped and being used as
I think you're much more fierce than many other activists, but there will be, of course, later on, if the mission is a success, we'll prolong it, we'll repeat it. That's for sure. And I think also by making these videos, by coming here, actually being here, reporting about it, you're already helping us a lot. And I want to thank you very much for spreading the message and the idea.
I appreciate just being here and watching you guys in action. Anyways, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in, and I will be back with more updates with Martin on the Defend Europe mission. And just if you can reiterate the websites they can go to for updates and the Twitter accounts, just so they know.
defendeurope.net, and on Twitter it's defendeuropeid, and on Facebook it's Defend Europe, I guess.
Perfect. I'll see you guys next time with an update.
Ciao.
Cheers.